A solution of nickel nitrate is electrolyzed between platinum electrodes using a 5 ampere current, using a current of 5 ampere for 20 minutes. What mass of nickel is deposited? At cathode. Question mark. Atomic mass of nickel is 58.7. This is given to you. Now, first of all, try to understand the question. The solution of nickel nitrate is electrolyzed. So you know how to write the electrolysis. Nickel nitrate, when undergoes electrolysis by passing electric current using inert electrode platinum, we get Ni2 plus H plus 2 times NO3 minus H plus. Right? This you know how to write the electrolysis. Between platinum electrode using a current of 5 ampere. So what is given? Given is I, 5 ampere. Right? For 20 minutes, time is given. 20 minutes. Convert it into second, multiply by 60. So 6 to the 12, 1200 seconds. Right? What mass of nickel is deposited at cathode? Mass of nickel means rate of nickel is asked. Question mark. Atomic mass is given. Now, whenever this type of questions are being asked in MCQ, I told you one short formula. So we'll do it by both the method. But here you have to show the method. So what will be the method? First you can write at cathode. And I told you cathode is negative. So who will be attracted at negative electrode? Positive, Ni2 plus. And only Ni2 plus is asked. So Ni2 plus takes 2 electrons and get deposited as nickel solid. Now look theoretically. 2 moles of electron gives 1 mole of nickel. 2 moles electrons gives 1 mole nickel. And 1 mole nickel is equal to 58.7 gram. Now 2 moles electron means what? You know, 2 into 96500. 2 into 96500 coulomb gives 58.7 gram nickel. Right? Actually you are passing how much? Q is equal to IT. Therefore, Q is equal to I into T, that is equal to 5 into 1200, that is equal to 12 5 is 60, 6000 coulomb, 12 5 is 60 and 2 zeros. This much coulomb will give you how much nickel? You can calculate it. So it will be 6000 into 58.7 divided by 6000 into 58.7 divided by 2 into 96500. So 2 zeros will be cancelled. This will be 30. And if you calculate it, you will get your answer. The nickel deposited is 1.825 gram. This is your answer, right? But the same numerical, if you don't want to write it in detail, you can use over this formula for JEE and NEET examination, right? For that you can use a short formula. We know that according to Faraday's first law of electrolysis, we have written one formula. Weight of nickel, it was general, but here I want nickel, is equal to, what was the formula? Atomic mass of nickel into I into T divided by N into 96500. So now you want weight. Atomic weight of nickel is how much? 58.7 into I 5 T 1200 divided by N, number of electron transfer will be 2 and 96500. Is it the same thing? 2 zeros cancel. 6 2s are 12. So 6 5s are 30 into 58.7. Is it same thing? 30 into 58.7 by 965. And that will be also equal to 1.825 gram nickel. So, as per your examinations, you can solve it. If it is given in the board exam, you have to show the method. If it is your MCQ, you can write it in short. Now, try to understand this question first of all. Three electrolytic cells A, B, C containing a solution of zinc sulfate, silver nitrate and copper sulfate respectively are connected in a series. See, whenever you see the statement connected in a series and steady current is passed, yeah, same current is passed, automatically in your mind Faraday's second law of electrolysis will come, right? So you will try to solve this numerical by Faraday's second law of electrolysis. A steady current of 1.5 ampere was passed through the cell, through them, until 1.45 gram of silver is deposited, right? Data are given. I will write here because space is not there. So I will write here 1.45 gram of silver is deposited. Means weight of silver, you got it, right? How long did the current flow? Means what is asked? Let me write it first of all. Given weight of silver deposited is 1.45 gram. Remaining already it is written, so I will not write it, right? Time is asked. Current is given. And one more point, weight of copper and zinc is asked. Okay. This is asked to you. Before we solve this year in March 2020, the same numerical along with the same data, it was asked. The weight of silver was 1.45. Everything is same. 1.5 ampere current is passed. Only in the numerical, instead of ZnSO4, they have given nickel sulfate in your March 2020 exam, right? Means what? Instead of asking the weight of zinc, they have asked the weight of nickel. So the same numerical was asking 4 marks. The numerical was of 4 marks. So first we'll try to solve it. Here, actually you have to apply two Faraday's law. Faraday's first law of electrolysis and Faraday's second law of electrolysis. First I will write, according to Faraday's first law. According to Faraday's first law of electrolysis. Now we will write Faraday's first law of electrolysis. We know what is Faraday's first law of electrolysis. Weight is equal to atomic weight into I into T divided by N into 96500. Right? This was our formula. Already I have derived this during theory section. So therefore what will be T? Can I write like this? T is equal to W of silver, it is given, into N into 96500 divided by atomic weight of silver into I. Now find out T, put the value. So therefore T will be weight of silver given is 1.45, number of electron transfer only 1 because it is Ag plus plus electron gives Ag, right? So according to this equation N is equal to 1, so I can put it 1 here into 96500 coulomb divided by atomic weight of silver 108, it is given to you, right? And I 1.5 ampere. So if we solve this, the value of time 863.73. This is your answer. Right? Now, your first question is being solved. This we have done it. Now the second one, weight of copper and weight of zinc. That also we know. According to Faraday's second law of electrolysis. Now it's very easy. You know weight of silver divided by weight of zinc will be equal to equivalent weight of silver divided by equivalent weight of zinc. Use this formula. Therefore, I want weight of zinc. So therefore, what will be weight of zinc? Weight of zinc will be, this will go up. So this will go on this side. Weight of zinc will be equal to weight of Ag. This will go up. Weight of Ag into equivalent weight of zinc divided by equivalent weight of silver. This will be equal to, see, this will go up, equivalent weight of zinc into weight of silver divided by equivalent weight of Ag, and this will go up. So now you can put here, weight of silver given is 1.45, equivalent weight of zinc, atomic mass divided by number of electron transfer in Zn, it will be plus 2, 63.5, sorry 65.3 divided by 2 into equivalent weight of silver 108 by 1. So this you have to solve it. If you solve, the weight of zinc will be 0.438 gram. 0.438 gram of zinc will be deposited. Similarly, you can find out. This was your first answer. This is your second. Third, weight of silver divided by weight of copper will be equal to equivalent weight of silver divided by equivalent weight of copper. So therefore, can I write like this? Therefore, weight of copper is equal to weight of silver equivalent weight of copper divided by equivalent weight of silver. Now substitute the value. Weight of silver is 1.45, but equivalent weight of copper is 63.5 divided by 2, n factor of copper. Cu plus 2 electron gives Cu. So it is 2 divided by 2, and here it will be 108 divided by 1. So this answer, if you solve it, you will get the answer 0.426 gram. It will be nearby because everything is same. Here it is 63.5, here it is 65.3, here it is 63.5. So lower value, somewhat less value you will get it. So by this way you have to solve these numericals. Here both the laws, Faraday's first law of electrolysis, Faraday's second law of electrolysis, both are used up, right? And this was asked in the board exam in 4 mark. Now they have asked the feasibility of a reaction, right? And in 11th standard we have studied about feasibility. Feasible means spontaneous. And in the beginning of this chapter I told you, for a spontaneous reaction, delta G0 should be negative. For a spontaneous reaction, delta G0 should be negative. That you have studied in 11th in thermodynamics. And to make delta G0 negative, E0 should be positive. Because we know the formula, delta G0 is equal to minus NF E0 cell, right? If you use this formula and put it here positive, then positive into negative will be negative. So for any reaction to be spontaneous or for any reaction to be feasible, your E0 cell which you are going to calculate using this pair, it should be positive. If the value is positive, you can say it is feasible. Out of 5, I will take 2 examples, one feasible and one non-feasible and non-spontaneous. Remaining you can practice in the homework, right? Let us take the first one. Let us solve the first one. Fe3 plus and I minus, right? Now when you want to connect Fe plus 3 and I minus, can you find out like this? Fe3 plus I minus gives I2 plus, because this will undergo reduction, Fe2 plus, right? So you can see here one electron is there. Okay, if you want to balance it, you can make it half I2 just for the balancing, right? So what will be therefore? What will be E delta E cell? E0 cell will be equal to E0 reduction at cathode minus E0 reduction at anode. So who is at cathode? The thing which will undergo reduction. Who is undergoing reduction? Fe plus 3 is reduced to Fe plus 2. So value is 0.77. Minus E0 reduction at anode. At anode, who is undergoing reduction? Anode oxidation, but iodine will be there. So iodine value will be, it is given to you here, 0.54. So if you subtract this, 7 minus 4 it will be 3, 7 minus 5 it will be 2. So is it positive value? Right? Therefore, the whole reaction is feasible. So by this way you can find out. I will take one more example. Right? We will take the third one with Fe and Br minus. Right? Fe here also it will be plus 3 only. So the third one is Fe plus 3 plus Br minus gives same half Br2 plus Fe plus 2, right? Now this is undergoing reduction, Fe is undergoing reduction, Br minus is undergoing oxidation. So what will be E cell? E0 cell will be E0 reduction at cathode minus E0 reduction at anode. This is our formula. So who is E0 reduction at cathode? At cathode, the material which will undergo reduction, this is undergoing reduction. Therefore cathode, right? So Fe plus 3, you know the value, it is 0.77 volt. Minus, who is undergoing oxidation? Br minus, but we have to write its reduced value. Reduced value is given to you. It is 1.09 volt. So if I put it here 1.09 volt, obviously this is higher value, so your answer will be minus, and if you subtract it, you will get 0.32. Right? So E0 cell you have got it 0.32. Therefore, delta G0 is equal to minus NF minus 0.32. I can write one formula. So this will be equal to minus NF minus 0.32. So this will be equal to plus NF. Right? And if delta G is positive, therefore reaction is non-spontaneous. Here you can say not feasible. Why not feasible? Because you are getting the value of delta G0 positive. Here, if this is positive, you get the value of delta G negative. So, an aqueous solution of silver nitrate with silver electrode and aqueous solution of silver nitrate with silver electrode. Sure. How will you find out the answer? This is your question. Solution will be silver nitrate. You know the formula AgNO3. On passing electric current using silver electrode, you will get Ag plus NO3 minus. Now, solution is aqueous, so you will get water H plus plus OH minus. Right? These are the two possibilities. Now, what will be the reaction at anode? At anode, now you know Ag plus. Earlier we have written the value of Ag plus. I will write here. E0 Ag plus oblique Ag is 0.80 volt and E0 H plus oblique H2 0.0. Now at anode and at cathode we have to write the reaction. Right? At cathode is negative. So who will be attracted at cathode? Ag plus and H plus. These two will be attracted. Right? But we know reduction potential of silver is greater than hydrogen. So silver will undergo reduction. So Ag plus plus electron will give you Ag solid. So this is your product. Now important is anode. At anode NO3 minus is there. OH minus is also there. Right? Now how will you decide? We know the oxidation number of nitrogen is plus 5 in this. And it is maximum, further it cannot be oxidized. Right? So OH minus will undergo oxidation. So 2OH minus will give you, oxidation means loss of electron. If it loses electron, it will be converted to water and half O2 gas. So what are your product at anode and cathode? Your product will be O2 gas and silver. This is your answer. Now, it is already given that you have taken a silver electrode. If silver is an electrode, it is an active electrode. If it is active electrode, then it will take part in the reaction, right? And it will give you Ag plus. So you can write it that also. Second is electrolysis of aqueous solution of AgNO3. An aqueous solution of AgNO3 with, see this time same question is there, but this time it is platinum electrode. Platinum is inert electrode, you know, right? If it is inert electrode, then what will be the reaction? Same answer will be there. At anode, positive, 2OH minus gives 2 electron, plus water, plus half O2 gas, right? And at cathode, again same, Ag plus electron gives Ag. So this will be your product. Clear? Now, the third one. Electrolysis of dilute H2SO4 with platinum electrode. Electrolysis of dilute H2SO4 with platinum electrode. Let us see what happens. When H2SO4 is electrolyzed by passing electric current using platinum electrode, we get 2H plus SO4 2 minus. Right? This is our equation. So at cathode, here you can write at cathode H plus, whether it is water or not, it will be H plus. So 2H plus takes 2 electron and get deposited at H2 gas. This will be your answer. But at anode what will happen? Again OH minus, because this time inert electrode is there. So here SO4 is not going, again because oxidation state of sulfur is plus 6 highest. So it will give you 2 electron plus water plus half O2 gas. Right? So these are the product. The fourth one is electrolysis of aqueous CuCl2. Electrolysis of aqueous solution of CuCl2 using platinum electrode. Right? Now, you know how to write electrolysis. CuCl2 on passing electric current using platinum electrode, it will give you Cu2 plus 2Cl minus. Now what will be the reaction? At anode, negative sign, actually it is aqueous solution, right? But here chlorine will undergo reduction, oxidation. 2Cl minus will give you Cl2 plus 2 electron, and at cathode, plus sign. At cathode, who will be attracted? If it is aqueous, Cu plus 2 and H plus. Again I will write the value of Cu2 plus. E0 Cu2 plus oblique Cu is plus 0.34 volt. It is higher value than H plus. So copper will undergo reduction. So here the product is Cu solid and Cl2 gas. So this was about your